Morning, everyone. Today is May 11th, 2025, and we are going to look at last week's trades for the four pairs. I'm on the Euro Yen 1 hour chart, and this is Monday right here. I'm looking to see that the daily is long and the 4 hour is short. So, which direction I'm trading? I'm going to be trading in the short direction on the 15-minute chart. So let's put a line through this right here and go to the 15-minute chart. And I actually come in here, so I have to wait for a formation, which happens right here. Then I go to the 5-minute chart. Make sure I'm on the right place. Go to the 5-minute chart and see if I can get a better entry. Which happens here. Let's mark that entry. Right there's the entry. And see if we can define it further on the 1-minute chart. And this is the entry right there. Okay, so you get a bit of a drawdown, 4 pips, but we are on the 15-minute chart. And the trade is all the way to here. And this is 43 pips. So let's note that down. DJ 3. Okay. So that's our first trade. Now we are back on the 1 hour chart. Go to the next day. We're still in the short condition. We have a 2-ball retrace. So this is still a 15-minute trade. Let's look at the 15 to see what we get. We get a 3-ball over here. And we need to, this has informed you obviously. So we start looking at the 5-minute chart for a fresh cross, which happens here. But this is not a good entry. It's about the 60. You look at the 1-minute chart and we get an entry right there. Fresh cross below the 60, back on the 15, and this gives us 53 pips. Okay. Back on the H1, Wednesday is here. Now the 4 hour is short, daily's long, so there's no trade here. Right, so you come to the US Open and start to look over here for a trade, but it's a long in the tooth for the 1 hour trend, so you have to wait for a fresh cross. Doesn't happen. So now you're on to Thursday, and you're finishing the 1-ball retrace. So the daily turnover over here, and the 4 hours long, so there's no trade anyway. Now the daily is back. 1 hour is there, 4 hours long. Everything is ripe for an entry to go long. So let's look at the 15 and see if we get a fresh cross there. Get a 15 fresh cross. I'll mark that as an entry for now. See if we can refine it. 5-minute is still the same. And the final refinement, you can say breakout over here, but let's just keep that. And this is a 1 hour trade. And end of day. And that's 100 pips. Okay. Now we are on to Friday. We have a daily long, 4 hour long, 1 hour short. So the entry is here for a 1 hour long, but we're doing a 1, 2, 3, so there's no trade. Okay, keeps you out of bad trades when the alignments don't happen. That's 176. Not bad. All right. Let's move on to EU. Squish it a little bit. Got a daily short, 4 hour long, and then a 1 hour. So this is a 15-minute trade long. Right here. Right there. And mark it like this. Expand this a little bit. See it better. 5-minute chart. Get a fresh cross, not an ideal entry, right? So your first entry is somewhere here. Let's see if 1 minute gives us a better view. And the 1 minute does is a 2-ball retrace. Here's your entry. It's just a refinement. Get a bit of a drawdown. 5 pips, no big deal. And we are on the 15-minute chart, right? Yeah, on the 15-minute chart. And we don't get much. If we get out over here or nearer to the US Open, because that's when I come back, that's 17 pips. So this was more a matter of logistics as to when I was coming back to your desk. Otherwise, it would have been 8 pips. I made 9 pips by being lazy, not being at my desk. All right, so next one is Tuesday, 4 hour long, daily long. So we are looking at a 1 hour trade. This is where the 4 hour turns over with a 1-ball retrace. Let's look at the 15 to see what's happening there. This is in between sessions. This is where the last box opens. This is the US session. Another Doji getting an entry. Now let's see if 1 minute. 1 minute doesn't give us anything. So this is a 1 hour trade. End of day. And that's 37 pips. Okay. And this game close. It's opened and then it will go there. Okay. Wednesday. Daily has turned, but the 4 hours long and the 1 hour is long. The 3-ball here. Price is saying that it's going short, so it's better to wait, but this is after hours. So if you look at this, this is after the 11 o'clock is the London close, I think. Look at the 15 and you can see, right? It's after all of that. So even though it would have been a good trade, if you had been patient, you could have taken it, but I am not there at my desk. Okay, so Friday, we're still short. No fresh cross. Here's a 1-ball retrace. Now we have to look for a fresh cross on the 15, which happens at the end of the session. Again, a lot of patience required here. Let's look at the 5. 5 is not giving us anything. And the 1. 1 refines it a little bit, not much. 1 hour trade short. End of day. And that is the 66 pips. Okay. All right, on to Friday. There's no trade, right? We may think that this is a trade. There's a trade on the 1 minute, but really, we are swing trading here, so this is not. If we were doing it on the 1 minute, if you just go down to the 1 minute. Here we go. And we say, okay, trade from arrow to arrow, right? This is pure scalping. This one we lose 2 pips. This one we gain 2 pips, make it back, and then here's the actual trade. Gives us money, 5 pips. And then this one here, 5 pips. I mean, you're scalping, so you're not going to get much. Okay, again, this scalp setup over here, but you're not doing that. Okay. 54 plus 66. The euro was good this week, I guess. All right, back on the 1 hour. Now we're going to look at GJ. Squish it. Find daily is long. Monday, 4 hours short, so it's a 15-minute trade. When we come up here, all right, we wait for that. 15 minutes, hopefully we get a fresh cross. We do. This is your choice whether you want to be at your desk. Well, let's say we are. 5 minute. No clarity there. 1 minute. Nothing there. Let's take the 15-minute entry. It's a 15-minute trade anyway, so this is 12 pips. All right. Let's go back to the 1 hour. And we are on Tuesday. Conditions haven't changed. Now this is getting a little long in the tooth for the 1 hour, but you're going to see what we get, right? So it's down 15 minutes. Let's see if you get a fresh cross. We do. Great, final 5. Further refinement on the 1. Okay, with 15-minute trade. And here's the exit. You can barely see it, but it's 46. Okay. All right, back to the 1 hour on Wednesday. Okay. No trade here. Possible trade here. Let's see what this gives us. Further you get away from the fresh cross in the 1 hour, the fewer pips you're going to get. There's no fresh cross. So that in itself basically says no trade. Okay. And we come to Thursday. Again, 1 hour is over here. It's no formation here. It's consolidation, but you need a fresh cross on the 15, which we don't get. With the 2 walls all the way here. Let's see what happens on the 5. Get a fresh cross on the 5. Right there. This is a risky trade, obviously. because there was no fresh cross on the 15, and there's, you can see there's consolidation here. So take that. The breakout is actually here. So okay, not much of a problem in the entries. Take the entry there. And this was a daily trade, so 1 hour trade. And this spike almost took us out, but really not. And that's the end of day here. And that gave us 94 pips. So depending on where your stop loss was, this came close to taking you out. Now, if my entry is here, my stop loss is at a minimum is over here, where it's really over here, under the consolidation. Okay. Whatever. Come to Friday, again, 4 hours long, 1 hour short, no trade. So, 10. Lost the DJ. Okay. I think I can remember. 12 plus. I think it was 43 plus 94. Let's see. Tuesday. It was somewhere here. Anyway, I think, forgive me, I should have. That's 137 and 12, 159. So approximation. Sorry about that. And then we look at Friday, there's no trade, so last pair GU, squish, see where the daily is. Daily is long. Monday, 4 hours long. So we get a good trade here on the 1 hour. Just don't get a fresh cross. So we have to look for a fresh cross. Expand this 15. Yes, fresh cross here. Let's see if we can refine it further. No. No. Stick with 15-minute entry. 1 hour trade. And there's barely anything on this one. 8 minutes. Again, spike here. Up to you, but I'm just going by the system. Okay. All right. So let's come to Tuesday. We're still in the long here. Let's see if you get a fresh cross on the 15. We do right there. Let's find it on the 5. Right there, not much. Let's see if you get a better entry on the 1. There we go. All right, it's the 1 hour trade. Here's the exit. 55 pips. Okay. All right, let's look at Wednesday. what do we have? We have a trade after hours. So that's not much of a trade. Now the daily is long, 4 hours short, so you're going to get a 15-minute trade, which happens right there. 15, so hopefully you get a fresh cross. And we know. So technically, this is not a trade here. Let's see what happens. No. Okay. So your first fresh cross of the 15 is over here. Let's look at the 5-minute. It's too far away. 1 minute. And get a better entry on that. This is a 15-minute trade. And over here, you get 60 pips. Six. Okay. Back on the 1 hour for Friday. Daily long, 4 hours short. This is all over the place, so there's no trading. Okay, so what's this total? $151. And that makes the total for the week. Well, 76 plus 120 is 296 plus 159, 396, 455, 555, 570. It's not bad. All right, that's it. Have a good one. See you all next week. Bye.